Breaking news today.
Please subscribe and then check notification box to get all breaking news alerts.
Jeff Flake, Sarah destroys him in front of the world. Arizona Senator Jeff Flake is a RINO if there ever was one. Indeed, it seems as though the acronym Republican in name only was coined specifically for him. When a White House reporter for Fox News started worshipping Flake during a media briefing this week, President Donald Trump's press secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders quickly put him in his place, destroying his credibility in front of the whole world. White House Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders began the daily media briefing on Wednesday by allowing Ed O'Callaghan from the Department of Justice to speak about the Section 11 report recently released by the DOJ and Department of Homeland Security. The report highlights the express need for immigration reform in this country, a sore subject for most of the reporters in the room who would love nothing more than to see open borders and zero repercussions for those immigrants who come to the United States illegally. When O'Callaghan was finished speaking, Sanders took the podium to answer questions from reporters who were eager to grill her on topics ranging from President Donald Trump's annual physical to Senator Jeff Flake's recent comments that the president's distrust of the mainstream media threatens democracy around the world. Senator Jeff Flake, Republican of Arizona, took to the Senate floor on Wednesday to castigate President Trump for his assaults on American media and to compare the president's words to those of a former Soviet dictator who slaughtered millions of his own citizens in a reign of terror. Source: The New York Times. It is a testament to the condition of our democracy that our own president uses words infamously spoken by Joseph Stalin to describe his enemies, Flake said on Wednesday. When a figure in power reflexively calls any press that doesn't suit him fake news, it is that person who should be the figure of suspicion, not the press. Senator Jeff Flake's comment echoed the sentiment of his colleague Senator John McCain, who wrote in a Tuesday night op-ed for The Washington Post, President Trump has threatened to continue his attempt to discredit the free press by bestowing fake news awards upon reporters and news outlets whose coverage he disagrees with. Whether Trump knows it or not, these efforts are being closely watched by foreign leaders who are already using his words as cover as they silence and shutter one of the key pillars of democracy. On Wednesday, when Fox News' John Roberts mentioned Flake's comments likening Trump to Joseph Stalin with regards to the way he treats the media, Sarah Sanders just laughed and then promptly lit the room on fire with her epic response. In response to Senator Flake specifically, I have found it quite interesting that he is coming out to attack this president considering he is one that was recently defending an actual oppressive regime, said Sanders. He went to Cuba a few weeks ago and served as a mouthpiece for the oppressive Cuban government. He is not criticizing the president because he is against oppression, she added. He is criticizing the president because he has terrible poll numbers. He is, I think, looking for some attention. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders concluded by lending some much-needed perspective to Fox News' John Roberts and others who support Senator Jeff Flake's position, saying, "Our position here at the White House is that we welcome access to the media every day. I'm standing right here taking questions." Sanders was spot on in her response to Roberts. It's pretty dumb to insinuate that President Donald Trump is comparable to Joseph Stalin because he distrusts the media as his spokesperson is literally in the midst of taking questions from members of the media, as she does every single day. These so-called journalists are pathetic. Share the story and leave a comment by clicking one of the buttons below. Follow us on Facebook at Mad World News.